Looking to go out in the town in the city of Boston for an affordable price and grab some great food, drinks, and atmosphere in the Seaport District? Well, look no further than newcomer Seaport Social. Seaport Social is a premier and authentic social house that is poised to proudly serve the Boston area for many years to come. Their mission is to provide high-quality food and unique craft beer selection, along with a welcoming atmosphere for all those that wish to witness firsthand what the Boston social spirit is all about. From a top-notch bar, great group seating, to their premier menu including their massive loaded nachos, endless craft beers on tap, and an exquisite espresso martini option, look for manager Jimmy, who will satisfy your needs. A project that has been 4 years in the making is finally here, Seaport Social, which is located at 225 Northern Avenue in the Seaport District in Boston, will officially open its doors for their grand opening December 1st. Get there while you can and tell them Steele and Nazz sent you. Eat, drink, social. That's what the Seaport Social does. Let it rip.
Episode 135. Welcome to Steele and Nazz, presented by Hedge Better here. If you see him now, I think 10th time recurring guest, most recurring guest in Steele and Nazz history, Bobby Lights Out Laing, coming fresh off a W. Want to ask how you're doing?
Champs here.
Real quickly.
Champs here.
Yeah, I was pretty upset to have to take the Steele and Nazz trip off last time I fucking fought because I lost. I always said I'll come on every time I win. The first time I lose, I'm not coming on. Obviously, last fight I lost. So it's been like 8 months since I've been on here. So it fucked up my streak.
Yeah, quite some time.
We were all devastated.
We're back.
We're all texting back and forth watching the fight. I don't think any of us were with each other. And when you caught the W, we were like, yes, he's back.
Yeah.
He's back.
That was like one of the first things I thought when they were raising my hand. I was like, oh, I got to go to podcast next week.
Let's go.
Have to get him
Before
back.
we get started here, I just want to bring up our sponsors, Slide Edge Fitness and Performance, located 101 French Avenue on Braintree, Mass. Craig Kelly does a hell of a job. I think he's got a softball team in the charity softball tournament,
Good for
which will
them.
be
Look out. Get killed.
Look out.
Saturday, September 16th.
Hey,
Be
Rex.
ready. Hey, Rex. Also, the law offices of Patrick J. Foley. They newly got a lease in Quincy or something. They had a picture with Mayor Tom Koch the other day. Big shout out to Patrick. He'll be in the next couple of weeks to talk about football. He's a big NFL guy. So, yeah, that'll be good. But let's get started here. It's Bobby Lights Out Laing coming in here. Already asked how you're doing, so we're going to get past that question. But obviously, coming in, getting back in the win column, how does that feel? Because you caught your first loss the last time. That definitely didn't feel well. How was it going to get back on top?
Yeah, I was fucking pissed for like months. Like there's no way around it. Like I was so fucking. It's all I thought about every single day. Like literally, like nonstop, 24/7 for 5 straight months. That's all I thought about was fucking. I gotta win. I gotta fight again. I gotta beat this kid. Like revenge tour. Like that's it. Like I fucking need to fucking beat this kid. Like he had so much fucking real estate in my brain for the last 5 months because I just wanted to fucking kill this kid so bad. So finally, I got to fight him. I got to win. I can. I want to say I thought originally I was like, I'm gonna beat this kid. I can put it behind me, but. As you already know, it was so close that now I got to fight him again for third time for the trilogy rubber match. So I actually can't put it behind. He's still fucking taking up space.
Motherfucker.
This kid's like Freddy Krueger in my fucking brain.
Yeah,
like,
go away.
Wait, explain like the real estate in your head. Like, because it seemed like you guys are pretty cool with each other.
Yeah, no, I got nothing personal.
But it's just like strictly like I gotta eviscerate him. Like, how can I?
Yeah, it's
what's
not
his
like
weaknesses?
Dan Marino and
You
Ray
wake up
Finkel,
literally
right?
thinking
Nothing
about-
like that.
Put it this way.
You wake up thinking about him.
This is the same way. All right, this is for every sport I always played my whole life, and obviously boxing, it's even more extreme. I hate losing more than I like winning. So losing sucked. Like I fucking needed to be back on top. That's all I cared about. Dedicated my fucking life to getting my belt back, which I just did. And that's it. So I wouldn't say I wake up thinking about him like I'm not a fucking creep. Yeah. But I would go to sleep thinking about every night, like thinking about fighting, thinking about my next fight, thinking what I got to do to beat this kid. Like every fucking day, that's all I thought about.
So
going over scenarios in my head, like nonstop around the clock.
Yeah, how do I fucking kill this guy?
But you guys are cool. There's like no like it's just all professional. There's no
Yeah.
like beef.
Yeah, in the
Yeah,
ring.
I don't.
in the ring,
I have no problem against this kid. He's a good dude.
Magic. We got to make
Yeah.
a burner account and like start DMing him. Like
He seems
Make sure-
pretty poised. I don't know. Like he doesn't seem like he's got an issue with you.
Yeah.
It seems
Yeah.
like just a good old fashioned like
Yeah,
rivalry.
rivalry.
kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
it is.
For the
It's-
sport.
There's
Love
no
of the game.
beef. It's no like
And-
big booty daddy type shit.
Yeah.
This
for the
kid-
listeners, what's his because he's like the
Make It
con,
Happen's
right?
the
Make it
name.
happen.
His name's Michael Brown, but
Michael
his
Brown.
fighter name is Make It Happen. So Michael Make It Happen Brown.
Yes.
But yeah, no, he's a wicked good dude. Me and him get along fine. It's just obviously we're both competitors and we both want to beat each other. That's all it is. And in that division for Rough N Rowdy, we're clearly the two best fighters. So it's like me and him, we're bound to fucking face off. And we're bound to fucking have battles back and forth. And that's what happened the last 2 times. It's going to happen a third time next time we fight. So
I gotta ask because I remember even now that we're thinking back to the mindset of when you did take that fight. I was talking with Justin. I was like, dude, why'd he take that fight? I don't know because you were fighting all like big time people.
because I knew
But also, I remember you always saying, like, if they can't get you the big person to fight and the big money fight, like, you might not want to fight because why risk it?
Yeah.
And I remember sitting and talking to him and being
It was
like,
dumb.
do you think this is you think it was?
No, the
'Cause
first
now this kid's
now,
this kid
but
is legit.
Yeah, now it's odd.
He's a pain, he is a pain in your ass, though, in a way.
It was all right. Let's go back in time 5 months ago when I first fought this kid and lost. Or I guess go back in time 6 months ago. So yeah, I didn't have a big name fight. I was just coming off. I just beat Pac-Man for the second time. They really didn't have anyone good.
Stock is high.
Yeah.
Your stock
Yeah.
is
Couldn't be
all
higher.
time
Couldn't
high.
be higher.
Beat the
In
bag out of him.
Providence,
Yes.
Beat the bag. Not just
Totally
win.
killed
You
him.
beat the bag
Yeah.
out of
So
him.
basically, they were like, either you can sit out until we find you another big name guy, or you can just fight someone else. Obviously, like less cool, but less money. You know what I mean? But whatever. I was wanting to fight so bad that I didn't care. I was like, fuck it, I'll take a little bit less and fight just like a regular person rather than fight like a Pac-Man Jones. You know what I mean? So we were floating around all different potential opponents. I had my eye on this kid for a while. I knew he was pretty good. He called me out. And I was like, fuck it. This kid called me out. I had a feeling at some point I'm going to end up fighting this kid because he was pretty good. And then I was like, fuck it. Let's do it. And I pushed for it to happen. Like, I was like, fuck it. I'm going to fight this kid eventually. Let's just do it now. I have no, like, in the meantime, while we're looking for better opponents or whatever, I'll fight this kid. And then I lost. And I remember being like, well, that was dumb. Like, I was like,
Shit.
I remember being like, talking to my wife about it. And I was like, that might have been the worst decision I ever made. Like, I fucking made that happen, and I just lost. And now
You made it happen for making it happen. Fuck.
like I was gonna sit out. Like I was literally gonna sit out, and I fucking pushed for that fight to happen. But because I knew he was tough, but I was like, I'm gonna win. So whatever. And I obviously didn't. And
It's tough to. I mean,
Yeah,
it's,
I mean,
it's
fresh
gotta
off of Pac-Man Jones. I mean,
Yeah, it's
fucking,
gotta be tough
this
to
fucking
think you're
guy.
ever
You know what I
gonna
mean? Like
lose.
that's
Yeah.
had to kind of be him.
it was a wicked dumb risk to take. In terms of the Rough N Rowdy world, in my position, like on the top, like at the top, like it was a dumb risk to fight someone.
You shouldn't
like,
listen to the peons.
Yeah, everyone
Kinda.
tell yeah.
And let them earn. They have to literally earn that spot
Yeah,
to
but-
like get there. Like Bobby has to fight him.
But like
It's
I
not
said,
like
I wanted to fight. I just wanted to fight, and I want like I don't like sitting. I don't like
Yeah.
watching it on my TV. Like,
I
I
hear
fucking
you.
hate
Yeah.
sitting on the couch watching it. I want to be there. I want to fight someone. So I was stupid, and I was just like fuck it, wicked eager to go fight, and I jumped into it, and I underestimated him. I honestly thought I was gonna win, no problem, and obviously I didn't. I lost.
let's
So,
talk about the
yeah,
headbutt
so-
or the bleeding. Like
Yeah.
obviously, I mean that happened 20 seconds into the fight.
Yeah,
that-
right
so
away.
We all know the look you had in your eyes. It was.
So we're
very
talking about
much
the
like-
loss, right?
We're talking
6
about the
months ago.
loss
Yep.
fight. Like, have you? I'm assuming
I've
you've
watched it
watched that
1,000
back.
times,
Like,
yeah.
what do you think is going through your brain when you know that something bad's going on with your head?
So
Like, it's got to be like the first time you felt pain in a certain.
everything that
instance in a
could have
fight.
went wrong for me went wrong that day. You know what I mean? Like, what are the odds that I've headbutted people by accident a million times, never got cut before. I don't know what happened. I head smashed. Like, it was no one's fault. Like, shit just happens sometimes. But it just split my fucking head open wicked bad. Obviously, I had a wicked bad cut, bleeding all on my face, couldn't see shit, blood in my eyes. I was concussed from it. Like, I didn't know what fucking planet I was on when it first happened. I was, like, rocked. Like, I didn't, you know what I mean? Like, I literally was, like, wicked disoriented. So, not making excuses, but I was not in a good state to fight. The doctor they called the timeout so the doctor could look at it. I honestly thought he was going to stop the fight and call it a no contest, which I would have been fine with because
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, come on, dude, do your job.
because he was like looking at it and he was like, I don't know, it's pretty bad, it's pretty deep. he's like, if you want to keep fighting though, I'm not going to stop it. And obviously I'm not going to say no. Like, so I'm like, yeah, I want to fight. But in my head, I'm like, I'm not going to protest if you fucking stop this. But he didn't stop it. So I was like, whatever. I'm not a bitch. I'll go out there and go out on my shield. I went out there and fought. Obviously, I didn't have to go out on my shield because I went to decision. I thought I held my own pretty well given the circumstances.
For sure.
But obviously it didn't go my way. The judges gave it to him and he got the win and I lost. And that fucking sucked. But it just sucked because obviously the circumstances that happened like weren't ideal for me. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be a pussy and make excuses, but like anyone with a fucking brain or anyone with eyes could see that clearly that fight should have an asterisk next to it. You know what I mean? Like I lost, but I got my head split open with a fucking headbutt twice. And then the third round, same thing, accidental headbutt, split my eye open. I had to fucking get stitches in 2 different places. So you know what I mean? I had stitches in my forehead, stitches in my eye. So like shit happens, but you know what I mean? But whatever. I had to move on and fucking fight him again.
And that first cut, like it got both eyes, like with blood. It was in like just the perfect spot. It wasn't just like on this one. It was just everywhere. Like you couldn't even see.
What kept happening is like when there would be a break in the action, I would wipe the blood out of my eyes and I'd be fine. I could see, but then it would slowly drip right back. Like I'd be able to see, and then in like one drip, and I would not be able to see. You know what I mean? So like I kept wiping it out of my eye. I'd be good, and then it would fucking come back in. And that's why I was doing a lot of grabbing, which I try not to do. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to fucking hug people. I'm trying to fight, but I couldn't see where I was trying to hold him still with one hand so I could hit him with the other because I couldn't fucking see. So I was just trying to hold him still because he kept moving around so much, and my vision was fucked up. So,
what's it feel like in that fight when you're like, fuck, like this ain't going good? Like, because you haven't had that feeling, I don't think, in Rough N Rowdy history, right? That had to have been the first time you were like, shit.
I've never thought I was going to lose in a real fight. Sparring, I've had it happen sparring a million times where you're getting fucked up. But, like, doesn't matter. I don't care because it's sparring. I don't give a shit. But in a real sanctioned fight, that was the first time I ever, like, in my head was like, fuck, I'm probably losing this fight. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm always, like, on the offensive. I'm always the one, like, I know I'm winning this fight. Coming out for the second round, actually, coming out for the third round, I was like, I'm definitely... If I don't knock him out this round, I'm losing. You know what I mean? So and then obviously I didn't knock him out, so I knew going into the decision, I'm like, yeah, they're definitely going into this dude. But
was there trauma the next morning? Like, first of all, you were bleeding the night before. Second of all, I know you said you hate losing more than you like to win or whatever.
Yeah.
Like a lot of trauma the next morning. Were you like, shit, I lost? Did it fully hit you the next day? Or
like I said earlier, I was just like so mad at myself because it was like I said, it was. I pushed for this fight to happen. I made like this fight wasn't gonna happen unless I made it fucking happen, which I did. And I was just like this would be like if someone put all their eggs in one basket in the stock market, and then and then that business just like tanked. Like you know what I mean? Like I fucking bet on myself. Like it was like I'm gonna kill this kid. You know what I mean? Like fucking gonna kill this kid, move right on to the next one, and then I lost. So I was just mad at myself. I'm like, wow, I should have just fucking taken a minute to fucking chill and just like. Not rushed right into this fight after coming because it was like you pretty quick. Like I fought in December against Pac-Man, big win, and then I fought again in March. It was literally like less than 3 months later. Yeah. So actually, it was the end of December, beginning of March. So literally January, February. It was like 2.5 months later. I was fighting again. Like I probably should have, been a little bit smarter. Like here's the thing: everyone always says like boxers and shit, fighters, you got to be like a businessman. Like business wise. I suck. That was that was a horrible business decision.
To come out clean like that though, that's inspirational.
I just wanted to fight. Like I've watched a couple of them on my couch, because usually they have me fight and they make me sit the next one out. Then I basically fight in every other one now. And I was like, I don't want to do that. Like, I was like, I'm not sitting on my couch anymore. I want to I'm fighting every fucking time. Like, I don't care. Find someone for me to fight. I'm fighting them. And they were like, all right, you can fight him. And I was like, done. Say less. And obviously it backfired. So,
goddamn.
I'll get to this fight a little bit. I got to ask this question, get my Pro J hat out. So we're watching the fight. Portnoy, Big Cat, and Robbie Fox were all commentating it, and they had the other guy winning. What's kind of your thought process of hearing that either that night or the next day of how that fight went down?
Yeah, so obviously this fight was wicked even. Yeah. I 100% think that I won, which I did. The judges obviously thought that I won. They gave me the win. But there was a lot of controversy around it because the commentators, they obviously thought that my opponent won, and people that don't, casuals that are just watching, they don't realize they have nothing to do with it. Like, the judges decide who wins. The commentators have nothing to fucking do with it. People have messaged me on Instagram like, oh, Portnoy said you lost, fucking Big Cat said you lost, this and that. It's like, dude, they don't decide. It's not up to them. They're fucking the commentators. The judges said I won, end of story. But obviously I didn't know that at the time, you know what I mean? I didn't know till afterward. Like, you know what I mean? I had no, because I'm just living in the moment fighting. Like, I don't know what the fuck they're saying. I obviously had no idea. But I knew because my group chat, I got out, checked my group chat. Everyone's like, dude, what the fuck fight were they watching? Blah, blah. Then my wife, who wasn't there this time because she had some shit she had to do that weekend. First time she ever didn't come. I talked to her on the phone right after, and she's like, oh, you're not going to be happy when you watch and you hear what like Portnoy and Big Cat and everybody had to say. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why does everyone keep saying this? Like,
how bad was it? Jesus, I know. It's like I won.
I really only think Portnoy. I don't think anyone else was against you.
Well, Big Cat. So I actually saw him right after he came to my locker room, and he admitted right off the rip, was like, "I'm gonna be honest with you, Bobby. Like, you're not gonna be happy when you watch it. Like, we all thought you lost. Like," and I was like,
I didn't get that. Portnoy definitely gave that vibe. I didn't get it from the other two. Like,
but here's the thing.
Well, they agreed anyway.
They weren't disagreeing. You're right. That's not good.
I watched it after, obviously, a million times. I've already watched it a million times, and I've broken it down.
Respect, Champs here.
Yeah. I don't know what fucking fight they were watching because I outboxed him the whole time. I won by points. Like, I didn't knock him out. I won by points. I got it was a split decision. It was wicked even, but that the judges got it right. Across the board, and I reviewed the scorecards. So I saw the scorecards and matched it up with how I thought the fight went, and it makes perfect sense. So I don't know what the fuck. First of all, watching the fight, listening to their commentary, they get it wrong the whole time, multiple times, like literally like fucking 5 different times. I hit him, and they act like he hit me, or we have an exchange where we both hit each other, and like he lands like 1 punch on me, and I land like 3 on him, and they're like, oh, big punch from Brown, and it's like, buddy, did you not see my punch that I just landed?
They honestly don't know what they're doing.
Yeah,
I mean, we watch them for the fun of it.
Yeah,
like, it's awesome when like fucking the Muerta Blanca guy is getting his ass kicked and we're all laughing.
Yeah.
But when it's a real fight like you and make it happen, it's like you guys can shut up, honestly, because you're offering nothing to anyone.
Yeah, I mean,
they're not funny.
They
got
those
it wrong. 5 minutes.
That's and I already told you guys. I messaged Robbie Fox on Instagram, and I was like, and that's the thing.
He's got to clean it up. He's supposed to be the fight guy.
Well,
he is.
Yeah,
supposed
he is
to
the
be.
fight
He
guy.
really.
Like, he's the one that should have been like.
He should have integrity.
Yeah, I was just like, hey, listen, like. Nothing against you guys. Obviously, I'm still like I love all you guys. Like you guys, I'm still you guys are still my guys. But with that being said, like you guys called that fight all wrong. Like I don't agree with anything you guys said. Like I won that fight fair and square. The judges agreed I won that fight fair and square. I don't know what fucking fight you guys are watching. Basically, whatever. I'm paraphrasing, but the point is, he's like, yeah. Sometimes we miss shit. Like, you know what I mean? I have to go back and watch it. Like sometimes we get shit wrong.
Half the fight's the guy tying you up. Like and that's a reason.
And they were acting like
that's
it was
a big reason I hate this kid.
Like it was a close fight.
Yeah,
like it was one thing if like they thought something, but like they literally like Portnoy I think called it a raw, and it's like, what did you want?
He had his one clear round where he definitely won. I think he was like, I can sit back and tie up now because Bobby hasn't maybe had that round, but like also. He's guessing at that problem.
Yeah. You're just throwing it out
Everyone's
there. Like,
guessing. But the commentator, Portnoy sees that he had that one clear round, and he's like, yeah, he probably won this fight.
Well,
if he's the judge. Thank God they're not the judges.
This is the way
he would have lost,
it.
Unfortunately.
Here's how I see it, and this is how it happened. First of all, review the judges' scorecards. They actually showed a picture of it on the broadcast. I screenshotted it so I could fucking study exactly. Yeah. So I have the screenshot of all the rounds, all the 3 judges, how they broke down the fight, and exactly how I see it. First round, I clearly won. I don't know why the commentators were acting like that.
I would agree.
I clearly like not even up for debate. I outboxed in the first round, clear as day. 100% won the first round. 5th round. Obviously, the 5th round, I fucking took it to him. Clearly won the 5th round. So, of the 5 rounds, first round, 5 rounds, across the board.
No debate.
Yeah.
All 3 judges agree with that. All 3 scorecards, all 3 judges gave me the 1st and 5th round. So, that's not up for debate. Those rounds are fucking locked in. 3rd round, Michael Brown won. I admit that. He won the 3rd round. All 3 judges gave him the 3rd round. So, we're all in agreement. The 3 judges and myself, we're all in agreement. I won the first round, the fifth round. He won the third round. So there's only 2 rounds now
Up for debate.
Up for debate. That's right. There's 2 rounds up for debate. The second round, the fourth round. I think I won both the rounds. I actually scored it. I broke it down. I watched it in slow motion, and I scored it as fairly and as unbiased as I could. In fact, I graded it like I was wicked generous with like for him I was generous, and for me I was like high. Like just to even be extra safe. Like I was counting his punches that like were borderline. Did it land? Did it not land?
Did that count?
Like, if it was on the fence for him, I gave it to him. If it was on the fence for me, I didn't give it to me, just to even be extra safe. And I landed more punches in the second round and the fourth round. Go back and watch it in slow motion if you don't.
I would like to rewatch this fight. Actually,
I'll tell you right now, the way I scored it. Second round, I landed 14. He landed 8. Fourth round, I landed 9. He landed 6. Go back and watch it yourself in slow motion and tell me I'm wrong. So one of the judges gave me the second round. One of the judges gave me the fourth round. That's it. Majority rule. Two judges gave it to me. One judge gave it to him. Split decision. I got the win. End of discussion. I don't even know why people are fucking.
You know what you're gonna have to do now on Instagram, right? You're gonna have to do like a breakdown analysis on the.
I thought about it.
You might have to.
I was honestly going to.
People maybe will listen to this and they can be like, "We can't rewatch it because we don't have
we need
footage."
Watch it. This is all I gotta say. Eventually they're gonna post it on YouTube. Watch it in slow motion and count the punches. It's not that hard.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
Get it right, people.
A lot of casuals don't realize when you hit someone in the gloves, it doesn't count. If you hit him, and the commentators acting like he's landing punches. If you hit me in the gloves, that doesn't count. So all the punches that you're throwing, hitting me in the gloves, guess what? It doesn't matter. When I hit, you know what I mean? You throw 5 punches and 4 of them hit me in the gloves, you only landed 1 punch. So
now it was the first 5-round fight in Rough N Rowdy history.
Yes, actually in Rough N Rowdy history.
Were the other ones 5 rounds?
But there was one before too, right? There was a 5 round.
Yeah, it was the first one that actually went 5 rounds.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
they had 3 scheduled for 5 rounds. 2 of them ended in knockout. One of them
I want to talk about those fights too.
Those were good fights. But one of them was a first round knockout. One of them was a third round knockout. So they didn't actually go 5. So me and Mike's fight was the only one. West Virginia history, Rough N Rowdy history, first ever 5 round.
Could you really?
Fuck yeah. Congrats, brother.
Actually, the promoter came up to me and said it. He was like, "You guys are making history tonight. This is the first time."
Let's go.
Because like Rough N Rowdy, tough man, like semi-pro fighting has been around in West Virginia for like fucking 25 years.
Yeah.
So like it's always been the same format, 3 1-minute rounds. So the promoter literally said it to us before. He's like, just so you guys know, you guys are making history in West Virginia. It's the first ever 5-round semi-pro fight. Like, so
do you hate the 1-minute round thing?
Yeah,
I still kind of.
Yeah.
I get, even like when you do it 5 rounds, it's still pretty annoying the 1 minute time. It is.
A
lot. You're not fighting for even a full minute.
I would like more time. Yeah. I mean, I'd rather. I told them I want to do 10 rounds. They said they got approved. They said they got approved to do up to 10 because they had a. Long story.
We need 10 for round 3.
A lot of moving parts here, but they had to like petition, like get a license, all this shit to get long to be able to do more than 3. And they said they got approved up to 10. Whoa. So they were like, we're just gonna settle on 5 for our first time dipping our toes in this. It's like a new territory for them. But I literally was like, oh, let's do 10.
Was there a different approach though, like with 2 extra minutes?
Yeah, I mean, my conditioning, I knew I could do it anyway, but I guess I focus a little bit more on like my conditioning, like having a little bit better stamina, but it's not that big of a deal. Like I can go more way. I can do 10 rounds. You know what I mean? So 5 is really not that big of a deal. But I guess I worked out a little bit harder on conditioning, cardio, shit like that.
Do you think that was like what you kind of focused on? Obviously, coming off the loss of the same guy, so like you had some time to get ready for this fight. You had an approach of what can I do different to get in the winner's circle this time around? What you focus there more? Was that conditioning? Was that
no? It was all this game plan and strategy. So my first time fighting him, I just fought him like I fight everybody. I just went right at him, fucking tried to fight in a phone booth and fight like fucking slug it out, and it didn't work out. Obviously, I lost. This time, went back to the drawing board and was like, all right, I have the reach advantage. I'm taller than him. I have a better reach. Keep him at a distance. Like, don't fight him in a phone booth. Like, stay back. Make him come to you. Land punches. Counter punch him. Move. Like, it was all footwork and fucking. You know what I mean? Basically, putting him in a position where I can land punches on him and he can't land punches on me. And then when he closed the distance, getting out of there.
I was going to say that was definitely his strength. When he got inside, that's when he was able to be successful.
Yeah,
he was throwing a lot.
So that was the game plan: was don't let him get inside. Like, because when we were boxing from a distance, I was winning all day. But then he would get inside, and he has the advantage there. So I would just get away and, you know what I mean, that repeat the process. So that was the game plan for this one. So basically just outbox. Here's the thing. First time we fought, I tried to outfight him and I lost. This time I tried to outbox him and I won. So that was the difference. Last time I fought him, this time I boxed him.
Hey, Bobby, quick question real quick before we get too removed from the judges. I gotta ask, did anybody tell you what the whole deal was, why it took like 15 minutes for them to
that's a good one. Yeah.
No one told me,
but what was the deal?
I know why. So it's because, like we just talked about, they always do 3-round fights. That's how it's always been. The scorecards only have 3 little they have like 3 little sections for every round, like round 1, round 2, round 3. Yeah. So they didn't upgrade their scorecards. They didn't get new scorecards. So what they did is they had to take 2.
West Virginia.
Every judge had to take 2 scorecards, and they had to scribble out on one of them. They had to scribble out the 1 and 2 and write 4 and 5 next to it, and then like scribble out the 3rd box. So they had to like create. They had like makeshift 1 scorecard to represent the 4th and 5th round. So when they were putting them all together, they were all mixed up. They were like, you know what I mean? They all had 2 sheets, and they were like, Big Cat was sitting there like fucking like when he was looking at it, he's like trying to like match them all up next to each other. Like, so that was why I got confused.
That makes sense, actually.
But the judges had it right.
I thought they were idiots. I was concerned about like the people they're bringing into judge this shit.
Yeah, I was like, what's happening?
They were looking really bad.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing.
But that actually makes a lot of sense.
It was just a scorecard. They didn't prepare ahead of time and they should have had
figure that out next time.
Yeah, just have like a big sheet of paper.
That's typical Barstool Rough and Rowdy shit. I guess you should expect that.
But for once, normally I'd say typical Barstool, but that had nothing to do with Barstool. That's West Virginia Athletic Commission. Like that, they're the ones that. That's the thing. Barstool has nothing to do with the judging. Like the commission comes in, they have their own judges, their own officials. Like they run all the boxing aspect of things. Barstool just does like the promotional aspect, like the show, the pageantry, all the shit that goes on. That's Barstool. But the actual inside that ring and like outside that ring, like what's going on, like that's all run by the West Virginia Athletic Commission. You know what I mean?
It's probably a great thing to get out there if people are watching, thinking that it's like, oh, these Barstool guys are, coming up with the wins and losses of these fights. It's not true at all.
They have no say in it. That's why people always act like that. It's like, dude,
they're truly just entertainment.
Yeah, they're commentating on the fight. Like they're, you know what I mean? It's no different than when you watch any fight, fucking watch UFC, Joe Rogan and DC is sitting there commentating. They don't decide who wins. They're just commentating. Yeah. It's the exact same thing with this. Yeah. So that's why people acting like they should have some influence over who won or lost. They don't.
Hell no.
Yeah.
I don't think that.
The judges got it right. I fucking won. End of story. I mean,
bang.
And I like that you did break all that down because that's going to be questions people probably had. For sure. And that's proof.
Yeah.
You took screenshots.
I have the screenshots.
Scorecards.
Yeah.
He broke down what really happened there. I don't know what else you guys would want from him.
The thing is, really,
he watched it in slow mo a million times.
The second round,
go do that.
The second round is what the Barstool guys were like so questioning because they thought the judge made a mistake giving me the second round. Like they thought for sure that Michael Brown won the second round, and that's basically what I'm saying is I don't think that he did. According to my calculations, I scored it. I landed 14 punches. He landed 8. I mean, I'm not a math guy, but
you'd have to go watch it. You'd have to go watch it with them, and I guarantee.
If it was the other one 9-6, that's like closer. Like maybe his punch the harder or something. But 14-8, it's like, dude, I outpunched the fucking guy.
Yes, exactly. So that's basically what I'm saying is that judge that gave it a second round got it right. Like I don't know.
And we'd all have to go back and watch. At this point, it's like almost too far removed, and it's in the heat of the moment. It's moving quick. It's tough to know what's happening, honestly.
Yeah, it really is. In real time, it's hard to,
Like in Rough N Rowdy, you're looking for that round where the person has like that clear win, like someone falls or something. And then they're usually 3-minute fights. So like one round will usually win you that fight if you have a over-winning.
Yeah, if you like get a knockdown, if you like get a knockdown
but
or
in the
something.
Knockdown, the 10-8.
The 5-round fight was different. I'm glad you got the 5 rounds with him this time, honestly.
That 5th round was awesome.
Yeah, the 5th round. So the 5th round, I knew though, going in, I knew it was wicked even. Like in my head, my corner was obviously telling me like you need to knock out this round, or like you at least need to go out there and fucking leave it all in the fucking ring right now.
Which you did.
So I just went out the 5th round and I just fucking swung for the fences and
just fucking
went deep.
It was unreal.
And I hit him with a bunch of good body shots. And I feel like they don't give a lot of times Rough N Rowdy, they don't give credit to body shots, but I landed a few good body shots the 5th round. I just the 5th round, I just left it all.
They don't give credit for any true boxing.
They want the knockout.
They're literally looking for Muerta Blanca to get fucking knocked out.
That's what I said it.
That's what they make their money off of, him losing and not you having a good 5-round fight with another competitive boxer. Unfortunately.
That's what I actually said at the Big Cat after too when I talked to him and he said when he was like, I gotta admit that we thought you lost, and I was like, and I basically was like, I don't agree. Like I mean, but I said to him, I'm like, I feel like you guys don't ever give me credit for body shots. I was like, you guys never talk about body. I was like, I rocked his body like multiple times. You guys, I mean, I haven't watched it yet at the time. I'm like, but I feel like you guys don't ever give me credit for that. And he was like, yeah, you're right. I guess we really don't. Like,
yeah, a couple of them got a little stagger out of him. Like a couple of his body shots got a little fucking
exactly. And that's the thing. The judges see that, but the Boston guys don't really notice that. So
it's two different languages that they're going.
Rewriting the history books of West Virginia boxing. Love to see it.
I mean, love to see it. Legit, the promoter came up to me and was like, just want to let you know, win or lose, like you're making history tonight. And I was like,
that's big.
Go.
Cannibals in boxing. That's what West
on
Virginia
the bucket
does.
list.
West Virginia.
Another notch on the belt.
So trilogy would be what, West Virginia?
Yeah.
I
got to assume, right? Is he from there?
He's from there, yeah. But they're talking about the next one being in Providence, so I'm hoping it's.
I'm coming back.
I think the trilogy should be in Providence, to be honest.
You need a home game. You need a home game.
He got 2 home games. It's my turn. Like, you know what I mean?
I think that's
and
only
you were
fair.
champ first. I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense.
If the next one's Providence, hopefully we do it then. I'm pushing
Providence
for it.
is the fucking
Is this
best.
first trilogy, Rough N Rowdy? Will it be
that's
first
the thing.
trilogy?
Not the first trilogy, but it's the first rubber match.
Okay, all right.
Because there was a trilogy before, but the kid. So Brennan Kelly, who's a ninja, the American Ninja.
Shout out the Ninja.
Yeah.
We love the Ninja here.
Yeah.
He fought the kid Wade Woodruff 3 times, but he actually lost the first 2 times, and then he like a couple years later he fought him again for the 3rd time and he beat him. So that was technically a trilogy, but it wasn't a rubber match.
Yeah,
This is an actual rubber match, like
The
1-1 tiebreaker coming up.
The Ninja's on the up and up.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
He's making moves. I see him like monthly just winning belts like wherever
he's
can.
fighting all over the place.
He's a maniac.
What a stash.
I'll never forget at Kings of Combat seeing him at the weigh-ins. He looked like he was like straight out of Auschwitz. It was scary.
Yeah, how much weight he cut?
It was scary.
I know. He's a fucking
He's just
beast.
spitting zins.
Both Providence like events were unbelievable though.
Oh yeah.
If we
They got to do it again.
if when we do go back, we got to get a different hotel room for obvious reasons.
Sure. Yeah. Piss in my pants. I'll say it. It was a tough night for me. Providence is great though, but if they come back, I gotta fight in that one.
You gotta.
Well,
you gotta unravel the Irish pub commercial you never released. I think you sent it to him too.
Yeah. That was back there in the Barstool Fund. I bet like if I lose, I'd pay like
You
the
would,
Barstool Fund 10 grand.
I remember.
And I was too drunk. I shouldn't have said that number. And I was like, it's too good
was
of a
gold.
video.
It was gold.
I gotta send it. I didn't send it.
We can edit it. Come on now.
Yeah.
Come on
It's
now.
like I had my voice to say $100.
I would have. I got a couple fan questions here.
I saw that earlier. You
from
posted
here.
that thing on Instagram.
So Jimmy from the Q, kind of a weak question. Shout out Jimmy from the Q.
He's better than this.
I think it's Mass Music Radio's like 5-year anniversary tonight. I also
Shout
want
out
to give a
them.
little shout out.
Shout out. Unreal.
When is Davey P gonna make you a full-time Stool employee? Unless he already has.
Yeah, it's funny. People always ask me that, and I'm like, they've never asked me about doing anything like that. They've never made any like effort to make that happen. But I would obviously be down. Like if they ever wanted to, I would obviously be fucking in. But it's not my nature to like ask for things. You know what I mean? Like I'm not the type of person that's gonna be like, give me a job. Let me, you know what I mean? But if they were like, hey, we want to, then I'd be down. But I'm not gonna ask. So I guess they're gonna make the first move.
Exactly. Yeah.
Wine and dine him a little.
Yeah, exactly.
The guy's been
nice dinner.
sweating his ass off for fucking getting wins out here. Give him a job.
I won't even ask for a fucking. Actually, this is funny.
You'd be great on like the Yak or some shit. You'd be fucking phenomenal.
I know.
That's your wheelhouse.
The only thing I asked for is a fucking decent locker room, and this time they fucking tried to fuck me. They gave me I'm not kidding. And like I feel like it's kind of like a diva, but like, all right, I showed up. I was in a fucking broom closet, dude. I was like, I was like, no, like,
Here we go
I was like, dude, like. I don't need anything special treatment or whatever, but I'm like, I at least earned a fucking decent locker room to warm up in and shit. And like, I'm sitting there for like 3 hours before I fight. Like, I'm not kidding. It was smaller than this room we're in right now. It was like half the size, like no windows. I was just sitting there like, this is bullshit.
It sounds like
West
the dungeon.
Virginia, yeah,
Sounds like the dungeon at Kings of Combat.
Yeah,
So-
West Virginia.
No, dude, it was worse.
You know.
It was worse than that. It was worse. And I literally said it. I found like Devlin. I found fucking the promoter, Jerry, Tommy Mullins. I was like, is there another room I can have? Like, I'm not trying to be a bitch, but like, this is kind of bullshit. Like,
They make it happen. Get a better room.
he was in a better room.
I'm curious if
Yes.
he gets the chance.
He was in a better room than me.
Oh, that's
like,
fun.
And that was
so you got that taste
Yeah.
of where they
I
put
was like,
the
you
fucking contenders.
He was in like a legit locker room. I was
Fuck
in a. It was like fucking Harry Potter and Sorcerer's Stone. How he lived underneath the stairs. Like,
Oh, that's tough.
like, that would have been like a penthouse compared to where I was staying.
What a comparison. That was unbelievable.
That's what I felt like. I was like, this is fucking HB1 right now.
This is back to like episode 2 when you came on. You were talking about locker room.
No, here's
you
the
were
thing.
like, they're treating me like shit. I'm the champ.
The locker room situation when you're coming up, yeah, dude, you got to fucking deal with it. But I've earned the right to at least have a decent room. Normally they accommodate that. This time, because they were like, they didn't really have, with different venue, this venue doesn't have as many options, I guess, whatever. But all I know is my opponent was in a good room. I was in a fucking closet. And it was throwing me off. We fucking had, so my trainers are like running around trying to find me a better room. We found like a good room. And we were like, why can't we use this one? And they were like, oh, you can't use it. They had some stupid rule for why we couldn't use it. And we were like, fuck it, we're just going in there. I'm like, what do you do? Fucking,
What are you
gonna
gonna
fight us?
do?
You're gonna kick me out? Like, you know what I mean? Like, Laing can't fight. He got kicked out. Like, you know. So we just went in. We just went in anyway and set up shop.
Love it.
And then we got told we had to leave.
Champ's here.
And then one of my trainers / friend, my friend Jared, was like, no, I'm gonna go talk to someone. He went out and talked to like Devlin and Jerry and was like, he came back and was like, we're good. We can keep the room. So I was like, all right. Now
Shout
I'm
out
fine.
Jared. He's still with.
Yeah.
Has he been with you the whole time?
He was my
Was he off and on? I know
He's
he was
off-
the OG.
Yeah, he's
trainer.
the OG.
I know he's
And
the
then
OG.
I left
and now
him-
you're core box
Yeah.
affiliated.
He got in trouble. He wasn't in the picture for a little bit. So then I ended up with my current trainer, Sean McDonough. Been with him for
Kevin Curvel's trainer. No
Oh,
offense. No beef, Kevin. I don't want to fight you ever again.
I've been with Sean the last couple of years, and then so Jared's like still like my assistant trainer. You know what I mean? But obviously, it's basically like Sean's like head trainer.
Yeah.
Jared's like the assistant trainer. But when I go to these fights, obviously they're like a package deal with helping me. You know what I mean? They're both my trainers. So, but anyways, they were both like running around trying to fucking make shit happen, and then finally they got me out of their joint effort, talking to the right people. They got me out of the fucking Harry Potter closet and they put me in like a legit room.
Where you belong.
The whole time, I'm like, why couldn't I have been in this from fucking the beginning?
Yeah, what the fuck?
It was just dude, completely empty. It was like the biggest room of all time. It was just it was like a fucking boardroom, dude. It was empty, wicked comfortable chairs. I was like, this thing's fucking awesome. Why can't I use this? And they're like, oh, you can't use that one. That one's off limits. I'm like, why?
They might have been rigging you. They were trying to rig it against you, maybe.
They had some stupid reason about.
All right, I'm gonna
West
ask-
Virginia, home
I have
field.
I have
Home
a fan
field. That's how
question.
it goes.
This is a fan question of a guy on the podcast, Anton.
Oh, there you
who's
go.
not here tonight. He
He's a
truly
fan.
was wondering, like, does Barstool have beef with you
Why?
because of the way that they were commenting on the fight? We
not,
were doing a deep dive. Like, what did he do to piss them off? Did he do something?
Not that I know of. That's the thing.
Okay.
I've never done anything to go against Barstool. I'm team Barstool. I'm friends with a lot of those guys, like the guys behind the scenes that you don't really see. I'm legit friends with now because I've been there so many times. You know what I mean? I've made like good relationships with them. I've always had a good relationship with like the big guys like Big Cat, Portnoy, Robbie Fox, etc. You know what I mean? Like I get along with all these guys. I've always been cool with them. They've always been cool with me. I don't think I've ever done anything to get on their bad side. So I honestly don't think there is anything. Obviously, watching that fight, they definitely didn't sound like they were on my team during the commentary.
Which they used to be. They definitely used to be.
But I also think they just call it like they see it, and I think they just saw it wrong. You know what I mean? They call it like they see it. They're straight shooters. They saw it wrong. That's it. I don't think it was anything personal. I think they thought the other guy was winning. He obviously wasn't, but whatever.
Do you
Shit
think,
happens.
is there ever like an invite like back in the day when you used to get called into like the yak or shit? Does that kind of stuff happen anymore?
No, I haven't. They haven't since.
Like no free ticket to the Barstool Awards. Like,
Yeah, I
how are they
wasn't
not
invited
giving
to
that?
that.
Like, I'm curious too. Like, is there beef?
There's no beef, but I think they. I think they not even just them. I think a lot of the social media people that work. I think they maybe get like annoyed with me because I don't like do enough, like on my own. Probably like you know what I
Want
mean.
you
Like,
to Jake Paul it?
well, I think like most of their like all these other guys that are in Rough N Rowdy are like posting videos every day and fucking posting shit on their story and all.
They're all schmucks though. Champ doesn't have shit. Champ's actually like out here fighting. These guys are fucking idiots. Most of them.
Because a couple fights ago, they put in my contract that I had to post shit on social media, and that was the only first time they ever did that. And I was like, this is weird. I've never done this before. And that there was like a thing that said like must post like on Instagram, blah blah. Actually, the thing said I had to post on a bunch of social medias I don't even have. So I fucking
LinkedIn.
It said, all I have is Instagram. It said Facebook, fucking TikTok. I'm like, I'm 31 years old. I don't have a fucking TikTok. Like, you know what I mean? So, like, the guy, the lawyer, it was a lawyer, like their like legal department or whatever that handles that shit. I had to like email this guy, and I was like, hey, notice in the contract it says I have to post on TikTok and Facebook. I was like, I don't fucking have TikTok and Facebook. Like, never had it before. Like, I have Instagram. That's it. And they were like, oh, so they like retracted it all, but the Instagram shit they left in there, it was like you have to post on Instagram. Like I literally like was like posting shit like on just to hit my fucking quota. I was like, you know what I mean? I was like down there like, I gotta do a fucking Instagram or they might not pay me. Like, you know what I mean?
This guy sucks. I'm kicking his ass. See you there.
But the point, but to me, in my head, I was like, is this their way of like telling me like I need to start being better on social media? Like,
I don't know. That's
I think you do enough anyway.
That's not what makes Lights Out Lang. We don't need you making fucking videos.
Yeah, that's what I always say. I'm like, dude,
we show up to watch you fucking fight.
I show up and fight, dude. And I always tell them, like, whatever you guys want me to do when I'm here, I'm like, you want to film me doing something, break out the camera, I'll fucking do it.
I would agree with that.
I'm just not the type of person that's going to be like documenting every little thing I do. Like, I took a shit today. Like,
doesn't have the pom-poms, got the box.
You in the fucking gym just absolutely murdering that bag gets me fucking pumped for the fight. What's better a promo than that?
And that's the thing too.
You're literally like, Champ's here, I'm coming back. I'm gonna fuck this guy up.
It's funny because people always are like, dude, you gotta post more on social media. You gotta do more on Instagram. I'm like, all I do is like punch a fucking punching bag. Like, you know what I mean?
You watch Star Wars. You're not doing it.
Post a video of me hitting a fucking bag. I'm like, all right, I posted a video. It's just me hitting the fucking bag, and then that's what they want. Apparently, that's what the people want to see.
People do like. I get amped up when I see that video. I'm not gonna lie.
There's not rocket science.
No, that's what I'm like trying to think of different avenues like you could go, but like that's really your thing. Just beating the shit out of people.
If he starts getting cheesy, if Lights Out Lang gets cheesy with videos, like that's
honestly what
people
I say
are gonna
too.
jump train.
I feel like that's like goes against my whole shtick.
It's not your mantra.
Lights Out Lang TikTok, dude.
Yeah, I know. Like fucking doing like food reviews and shit.
I like the Star Wars and the fucking hit in the bag. Like keep that. That's your gimmick, and it works.
And like I'm not like a character. Like this is who I really am as a person. Like I don't like put on a show for like Rough N Rowdy. Like Bobby Laing and Lights Out Lang are the same. Like I am. This is who I am. Like I fight people. I fucking watch Star Wars, and I fucking drink beers. Like I don't know what else.
Sounds like a great time.
Like, what else is there to it?
You might have just outdone that. What's the guy who fought before you? The American.
Oh yeah, he said he plays golf and drinks
play
beer.
Golf and drink beers.
That dude's he's actually the man.
Can we shout out him real quick?
Yeah, definitely.
I'm not gonna lie. I think his was fight of the night.
Yeah, it was.
I think that's a pretty smart thing to say.
Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and say my fight was better than his. Like he fucking got a big knockout against a really good opponent, and it was like 3 good rounds fight. Like
that dude's impressive.
That was a good fight. Like, what do you want me to say? Like,
was that the hockey guy got knocked out?
No, that was another fight.
So Diamond Hands got knocked out too, and I'll be honest, I figured you and Diamond Hands were going to run into each other at some point, but I don't know. I don't think
the original plan. So originally,
I don't think he's getting there anymore.
No, he will eventually. He'll be back. He's a good fighter. Shit happens.
Did you have one of those Napoleon Dynamites like when he got knocked out? No,
I don't remember from Napoleon.
Oh no, he's just like a. No, I don't know if you were.
Yeah.
Because he was like, well, he was starting shit with you. I don't know if it was more of just like.
He's actually a good dude.
Yeah.
Me and him are like friends. Like,
oh, nice.
Yeah. Me and him are cool. That's just the business, like fight game. Like we're gonna have to fight at some point. You know what I mean? Like it's nothing personal. We're both cool with each other. I actually was in the elevator with him at the hotel, and I told him I was like, I'm gonna call you out after my fight if I win. Like, and he was like, oh, sick, yeah, me too. Like we were planning on calling each other out.
Nice,
but he obviously lost. That changed everything.
Plans changed.
Yeah,
like that.
He's got a date with someone a little easier, I guess.
Who's
that guy who beat him? Is that
kid's a beast too?
Is that dude been around?
Yeah, he's good.
I didn't even see how and this is like what it is like watching for a casual. Like I didn't even see how that like came together. I thought it was a pretty even fight and then all of a sudden Diamond Hands was just like dead in the water.
That kid just landed a perfect punch.
And I thought Diamond Hands was very good.
He is.
I was not concerned him fighting you because I've seen you fight some of the fucking toughest motherfuckers this Rough and Rowdy shit has, but I was like, this guy looks like he could be an issue.
No, he's definitely a good fighter, and I wouldn't say he's not as good of a fighter just because he lost a fight. You know what I mean? I lost a fight too.
Yeah.
People lose.
I still respect him.
Game. That's
But now I'm like, who the fuck is the Polish Hammer?
He's a beast.
I wasn't paying attention.
And I was actually
going
to call him out because I knew Diamond Hands lost. So in my head, I was like, all right, well, I was going to call it the winner of that fight because they're the cruiserweight contenders. I'm still the cruiserweight champ too. People forget that because I've been fighting my heavyweight for a while. But But my fight with Michael Brown was so close that if I called out someone else, it would be a pussy move. Like, that's how I see it. Like, that fight was so even that I squeaked by with a win. If I, like, skated off and tried to fight someone else in a different weight class, that would be a huge pussy move on my part.
Yeah, like, I'm not doing that.
I'm not a bitch. I'm not going to do that. Yeah, like, me being like, oh, thanks, I got the belt again. I'm going to go fight someone else. Like, he had enough respect to give me the rematch right away. So I owe him the same treatment. You know what I mean? So he's got I already said it right then on the spot. I said, if you want the rematch, I'm in. Like, I'm not going to fucking hide from it. Like, I know it's going to be a hard fight again. Like, it's going to be a fucking battle again. The kid's a good fighter. But like I said, I'm not a bitch. I'm not going to fucking hide. So we're going to have to do it round 3.
Did the boys go out after? It seems like all the Rough and Rowdy guys got together after the fights and make it happen.
Yeah, down in Wheeling, where that one was, there's a right across from the venue, there's like a pretty sick bar. It's like fucking 3 floors. Everyone always just goes like right from the venue right there. So there's a bunch of
perfect.
Everybody's there. Actually, last year I fought there when I fought the fucking clown Big Booty Daddy. It was the same venue. And there was a fucking brawl in the bar. Like, literally absolute melee, dude. Like, people beating the fuck out of each other. I was just sitting there drinking a beer, just watching, like.
This is awesome.
Like, this is West Virginia.
They were watching you beat people up. Now you're watching them.
Yeah.
What's your review on Wheeling, West Virginia? Is it a place we should go visit?
No, it's not. It's not a fun town.
It's not worth making the trip down to watch.
West Virginia.
You've been there probably more than you ever expected to.
I've been to West Virginia
life.
8 times, or 7 times. Actually, 8 times now.
It's gonna be a record.
7 or 8. I've been all over, different places. I've been to Charleston. I've been to Charlestown, Morgantown, Wheeling. Fucking, I lose track of them all. The point is, of them all, Morgantown is by far the funnest one.
Oh, I would hope.
That's what WVU is.
WVU.
If you want to go to West Virginia, like, and have fun and go out, like, Morgantown's the place to go.
Shout out Morgantown.
Charleston, I would compare to Lowell. Like, it reminded me of Lowell. So if you're from
that's
Mass,
even not the worst thing. So what are we comparing Wheeling to?
Fucking Lawrence.
Sharon?
Yeah.
Fuck Lawrence.
Yeah.
Lawrence. Okay.
Yeah, Lawrence.
You don't want to go.
You don't want to go.
Lawrence. Wanted to go chill in Lawrence.
I wouldn't expect Wheeling, West Virginia to fucking. Like, that's not.
Beautiful views. Yeah.
Barstool, if you're listening, bring it back to Providence for fucking round 3. You gotta.
Yeah.
Providence has been a hot spot.
Either way,
Providence has been a lot of fun at both times this season.
It'll be back in Providence. They already said they want to do Providence like moving forward at least once a year. So that it's going to be like a yearly event. They go to Providence.
So maybe sit out until you get back to Providence.
I'm not saying we already talked about this. I'm a horrible businessman. I'm fighting every time.
Do you know when the next one is?
They said probably December.
Oh, it's going to be in Providence.
That's Providence.
I already know that's Providence.
I hope so.
Providence is going to be fall, winter, you know.
I hope it is. But like I said, wherever it is, I'm trying to fight no matter what. I don't give a fuck.
Is Make It Happen the hardest opponent you've had, or Travis Terman still?
Make it happen by far.
Make it happen by far? Okay.
Only kid's ever beat me. And obviously, like we just established, that was a wicked close, wicked even fight that I won by the skin of my teeth.
He's an issue. You know what I mean? He is an issue. Like, I hate to say it.
He's a good fighter.
As you sit next to me, I hate. He's a pest.
Yeah, no, trust me.
I want him gone out of your career.
If I was the smart move for me would be to try to put off fighting him again to fight someone else. That's what I mean. Like,
but your champ doesn't do that.
Yeah, I'm not a bitch. I'm not gonna fucking do that.
Finish your job.
But that would be like the business decision would be like try to like put it off, find another opponent where I can make more money or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but I'm an idiot and I don't give a fuck. I wanna knock this kid out next time. You know what I mean? So I'm fighting him again. Like,
deal with them.
Yeah, lights out. Ain't ducking nobody.
I kind of hope the next one's a draw, so we have to fight a 4th time.
Oh, look out!
Oh wow.
I'll fight this kid for eternity. I don't give a fuck.
Whatever it takes.
So if it's not till December, what are you going to be doing till then? Like
what's the training
when your
regimen?
camp start? And,
I don't stop. I'm already back in.
wow.
I've been back in the fucking all week. I don't give a fuck. I train every day. And
Is it more intense training wise now? It's obvious. I mean, I know the answer is yes to this, but like, how much more intense is it than when it was originally like your early days?
how
way hardcore are we talking nowadays?
I just like evolved.
5 hours a day?
No, I
3?
wish. Trust me, if I didn't have to work, I would train that much. Probably 2 hours a day.
That's still a lot.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
That's a big
2 hours
dedication.
of like hard training too.
No,
I'm
yeah,
out
like-
there just
And
like
I'm sure you're watching film past when you get out of the gym and shit. And
I
like,
watched.
watching whatever fighting shit you.
I
can.
literally have this last fight. I scoured the internet and found every single fight Michael Brown has ever fought in on all these different. Because he's fought in a bunch of different promotions, like not Rough N Rowdy, like that, like don't have as big of a following. So like you can't just like Rough N Rowdy just go on YouTube and it's like right there. Like I had to like dig through the crevices of the internet to find like some of his fights, but I studied every fucking minute of tape I could find on him leading up to this one. So
Good.
I didn't do that the first time. So.
That's what it's gonna take. I'm not. This third fight is gonna be a tight one, no doubt about it. It's
Yeah.
gonna be.
Yeah.
I know it will. That's the thing. I respect the kid.
But
I know
I
he's a
do
good fighter,
think
so.
I do think you guys both got more. Like I hate his fighting style. I hate that he clinches way too much, in my opinion. Like
But
you can tell you want to brawl, and you can tell he wants to stop that.
Yeah, I don't know.
And I think he's
part
a
of-
pussy
that's
for
part of
that,
it.
but
part of the game,
he's
yeah.
trying to win how he's going to win. If you want to win by clinching, I guess. It's very Floyd Mayweather.
The thing is, my opinion on it is different because the way I see it is like, however you need a fight to win, that's what you should do. Like,
I agree.
Yeah,
I do agree.
I mean, he's trying to win just like as
I'll
much as
do
you
agree.
put it
are.
this way: a boring win is better than an exciting loss. You know what I mean?
100%.
So like,
100%.
that might not be what people want to see, but if I'm the one fighting, I don't give a fuck.
But
I'm trying to win. a
how
fight.
annoying
Yeah,
is
you
it
know,
when
like,
how
booze,
annoying is it
whatever.
when you're clinched up for? I mean, I would. If
Yeah.
you watch the slow mo,
Trust me,
how much time elapsed are you clinched by him? It's got to be like 2.5 minutes.
This one, not that much. So the
No?
first
Am
time,
Am I way off here?
No,
I thought he had you.
the first
clinched
time
like
it was
that.
the first fight. It was a lot of clinching. This one, it wasn't as much.
probably
It-
wasn't worse than the booty daddy. He was. he was
that,
Mr.
I
Clinch,
mean,
right?
that was a
don't,
joke.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't even bring
Let's
that
not even
up.
talk.
Yeah.
We've already given him too much.
We
fucking
really have.
Yeah, that's like
yeah.
the
Guy's done.
third time he got brought up.
Absolute
Like,
joke.
stop. Let's-
Yeah, we gotta delete
I
him from
really
life.
thought it was more than I'm thinking though. I could have sworn he was clinching for like.
Yeah, Justin,
Like,
can you put like a
a
beep in
quarter
his
of the
name
round.
in editing?
Yeah, beep his name out. every time.
That'd be great.
All right, let's skip make it happen. You win that fight. Who would you look for next if we had to talk big guys? Like who's in the mind? You must have someone. People
Well,
in talks. You must be DMing.
For rough and rowdy
approaching.
people, like
Yeah,
I don't know. It's
You
obviously
used to always have a list of names that you
yeah.
were trying.
Well, I was
to,
trying to fight Frank Gore for a while, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
He's gone.
It's I mean, I don't think Barstool's gonna make it happen. They had the opportunity and they kind of said like it's not gonna happen. So I was just like, all right, whatever. Like
Jake Paul still on the platter.
I don't think that's on the table. But
What do
who
you think
knows?
about him? Has he? You've given him respect as of recent times you've been on.
Yeah, I think he's actually.
Is
He-
he?
all right.
Would you give him the legit stamp at this point?
I would consider him a legit boxer, but not at the level that he considers himself. Like he's sitting there calling out like fucking Canelo and shit. It's like, dude, you're not even close to their level. Like he's a good enough boxer that he can beat like people
Washed
that
up
aren't,
MMA guys.
Yeah, if he fights not even washed up MMA guys, like in a boxing match, he'll beat a lot of MMA guys because they're not good boxers.
He
a lot
looked
of them.
very good boxing wise against
But-
Nate Diaz. Like it was. I didn't think it was
Yeah,
even
but
close,
that's what I mean.
and it
It's against
showed.
Nate Diaz.
Yeah.
Who Nate Diaz is a fucking beast. He was a beast MMA fighter. Boxing's
He
completely
couldn't.
different.
He couldn't throw.
Yeah,
I never thought
Yeah.
Nate Diaz was in danger at any point, but like he was getting tuned up in terms of boxing.
Anyone
Put
who's
up on a
like
show though.
any like
Great show, but it was a hell. I thought it was a very entertaining 10-round.
any
fight.
like top level boxer would fucking destroy Jake Paul. Like
Fair.
that.
Oh, yeah, it's second.
That doesn't mean he's not a good, decent like boxer in terms of what he's done, but he is not in the pyramid of boxing. He's not even close to the top. Like you know what I mean? Like
do you still train to the point of like if this Rough and Rowdy? Because one time I remember you saying you would possibly do professional boxing. Is that like still something that's
yeah,
a consideration?
I keep if the right opportunity came my way, I would definitely be down. I just like I said, I have a good thing going with Rough and
Yeah.
Rowdy. I'm not gonna do anything to fuck that up. But if shit happens and some opportunity comes out of nowhere and someone I've already had actually other like promotions reach out to me trying to like recruit me, but I've told them all no because I'm a Barstool. If you're listening, I'm fucking ride or die Barstool.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean. But I have had people reach out to me trying to recruit me, and so
I'm sure.
But like I said, I have a good thing going with them, and I'm not going to do anything to fuck that up. And now I'm the champ again. I'm gonna just keep fucking riding the ship for as long as I can.
Let's fucking go.
Fuck yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let's fucking go.
I think that's all I had. Bobby Lights Out Laing. I think this is the 10th time you've come on the show.
Yeah.
I think it's a 10.
It is a 10.
Wow.
Double digits,
You know how I
baby.
know?
There should never be another break ever again.
I know it's
we
a 10
can't have
because
breaks.
I'm 10-1.
10-1.
And I didn't come on the one time I lost, so that means I've been here 10 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Impressive stuff.
the people love him.
I know. I'm trying to.
Is there any more fan questions? Is that all we had? Fucking Jimmy?
There was one. P. Lynch 90. He said next victim. We kind of already talked about
yeah.
that. So kind of wrapped it up there. Episode 135. We're getting there, boys. In the books. Best of luck. If it's December, if it's September, hopefully it's a home game because we'll be there.
I hope. I pray.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I'd go to Providence like the week before just to fucking get ready. Tailgate,
We
fucking
need
party. Yeah.
Rough and Rowdy December Providence.
Yeah.
Round 3. Lights on
I
Laing.
hope
Make
they
it
do.
happen. It has to happen. It has to happen.
I know.
We're manifesting it.
It's destiny.
It's happening. It is
There it
fucking
is.
your destiny
There it
to
is.
beat that fucker and leave him behind. Never think about him again.
Yeah.
And then fight Thanos. I don't know. Fight whoever you want.
Well, Thanos
Be
is
smarter who
already
you
dead,
pick.
I mean,
That's fair.
I can't. Technically, we got the Infinity Stones. We could bring them back, possibly. There's a lot.
Shit could happen.
We don't
Shit
have
could
time to get into this right
All
now.
right, last question. Could you beat Thanos, you think?
I would need if I had somehow had the Infinity Stones, I had the Tony Stark gauntlet at the end, and it didn't kill me. There's a lot.
It's you instead
Listen,
of Tony
Put it
Stark.
this way, I'm not counting myself out. All right.
Yeah.
Champ's here.
But granted, last time I overlooked someone, I lost, so maybe I should give Thanos a little bit more credit. But
Thanos is
We'll see.
badass. He is.
Plenty of tape on him, though.
You
Plenty of tape.
plenty
You
of
got
tape.
this, champ.
Yeah.
You got this. Fucking make it happen. Good luck.
Champ is here. That's a
Absolutely.
wrap.
Champ's here.
We'll see you next week.